Okay, so here's the thing with this latest Gundam GQuuuuuuX episode. I know it's technically more than this, but you have to let me laugh at this, because this is some unhinged, deranged syndrome. You could really sum down the bloodthirsty, murderous intent to basically, wow, if I want to catch up to this boy I like, I gotta learn to kill mothers who have families. Is it more than that? Technically, but you can't deny the fact that they knew what they were doing with the end of this episode, which I thought was going to be chill. They quickly cut away from action, and then it's mostly, just slice of life stuff, which I enjoy, but hey, I was like, okay, we're going to have a chill episode. Then they introduce a character who they try telling me has 100 bodies in her arsenal, and I'm like, this adorable looking woman, and then everything after that just made her look like she's one step away from being schizophrenic, and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe she has killed. And the fact that they end this episode with them literally saying, is there literally any reason these battles need to be to the death? Like, we really don't need to do that, and they're just like, oh, but they are. And then it's just like watching Shuji. So, and I'm thinking to myself, she might be able to, escape, a little cockpit eject. Oh no, she dies. And then just Machu. We all were thinking that Machu was going to be the one who got a little too comfortable with killing too quickly. Like, she was going to be the one who was super bloodthirsty. Only for Shuji to come in and say, nah, bruh. That could have been a baby in that cockpit, and I would have stabbed just the same. And before I get the damn mofos who are like, are you new to Gundam? Do you think Gundam doesn't have... Yes, I realize I've seen many of Gundam series. But you can't deny the fact that the way... I think what really helps too is the bright and colorful aesthetic that makes you think that it's going to be a lot more cheerful. Like, is Gundam going to lose its edge? Is it going to be... No, it's a Gundam show. New types. Death. The Witch from Earth. Oh, it's Gundam. I got full live reactions over on Patreon. You want to support my work, see my full and cut thoughts and hype over there exclusively. So, one thing I really want to give a round of applause to, which I don't think a lot of people have. I browsed some Reddit threads and I've, done different social media scouring, and I haven't really seen this mentioned, but to me it's like the standout in terms of the production, which is the sound effects. So, you can go literally to the beginning of this episode, and you'll hear exactly what I am. I'm not going to play it just for copyright reasons. But I like the sound direction in Witch from Mercury. In fact, I think it was quite good. But the thing is I feel like it's heavier. And what I mean is, when the intro 30 seconds, whatever it was, in terms of there's like a dozen that are getting explode and, just bullets are raining havoc. I don't know. I feel like not only just with Gundam, but anime lately with any sort of gunfire, it's very soft sound effects. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like a machine gun, but it's like, I don't know. Like, the gut impression is, I'm like, if I got shot by these sound effects in a machine, I'll probably walk it off. But when you hear these, like, thuds and these heavy-weighted sounds, I don't know. I feel like the Gundams and the machines in general in this show feel a lot more deadly, because not only does, yes, the overall effects and the explosions do a good job there, but it's the fact that their bullets feel like they weigh 100 pounds each. And I know that's going to sound probably insane to some people who just don't know what I'm saying, and for others they're going to be like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. But it's the idea of a lot of bullets almost can sound like stock footage, like not stock footage, but you know what I mean, like stock sound effects, where it's just like, you could place the sound effect on any gun and it would sound like it could belong. Here, it's like, oh no, the reason this bullet sounds different than the others because clearly this gun is a lot bigger and more badass. I don't know, it really works for me, and I think the sound effects are doing a great job. And the OST that they used at the start of the episode, and then obviously the battle at the end, it gets me jamming in my seat. I'm like, oh yeah, people gonna die, but this shit's getting me jamming. I don't know, it works for me. Everyone talks a lot of like hype about production because, oh my god, did you see that Sokka? And I think rightfully so, but I think it's the sound effects that are tying it together for me. There's also this really cool moment, and it actually reminded me of something I saw in the latest My Hero Academia Vigilantes episode, which if you've watched that show, the main character has like a sliding ability, and the way he learns how to turn real fast is by accelerating in the opposite direction, so he kind of like forcefully stops or moves into the other way. There's a moment in the fight at the end of the episode where it just reminded me of that. I had to do a double back and replay it because the machine's like flying in, characters here, and then it just like jolts and then jump. And I'm like, excuse me? That shit was fast, and it really made it feel like there's no way we kill Shuji, right? Like, I'm like, and I'm thinking too, we're gonna lose, but we ain't gonna die. Like, even though they're setting it up, and in hindsight, it feels like we should be prepared for death, I don't know, it just, there's something about the vibe and honestly the charm of this show that made me say, oh, it's not gonna be as bloody or potentially death-filled as other Gundams have been. And then he stabs the bitch. And here's the thing. Did this woman tell her family that I like to murder people in my free time? Probably not. But the fact that you literally have the people observing being like, boss man, are we sure these kids need to be doing this? Like, I get it. The cultural indifferences, new type Zeons, like all this shit, like there's a deep-rooted hatred. I mean, you start the episode off with the protest, damn it. But the thing that ties it together is the fact that Shuji kind of feels schizophrenic. Like, I believe he probably is talking to the Gundams and shit, but you can't deny the fact that just the way he interacts and is talking about these out-of-body experiences, if you're actually interacting with someone like that, I'm gonna believe the guy's a little insane. And then you just have a girl who's like, damn, he's hot and I want to get next to him, and if I have to kill a few mothers to do it, let's go ahead. Yes, it's technically deeper than that, I get that. She's lost, she doesn't really have a purpose, but I mean, still, come on, let's call a spade here. She's kind of crazy. I gotta be honest. And I'm liking it. This was probably the most out of left field episode possible because I walked in thinking, oh, we're gonna have some fights. Oh, it ended quicker. You know, not what I wanted, but hey, I like everything about the show so far. I like the aesthetics. I want to see where the characters are going to go. I was okay with that. And then these crazy bastards try to tell me that some woman who looks like she could get away with murder because that face was innocent as hell. And then just as soon as we realized she did kill 100 people, every shot after that just made me like, wait a second, her eyes actually kind of do got a bit of psycho bitch energy going on. And then boom goes the dynamite. I mean, I'm still going to say that theory about where Char is in terms of, you know, his consciousness being inside the Gundam. I think that theory makes sense, but at the same time, I am not going to pretend to be like, oh, I know where this show's going to go, because bitch, I don't know where the show's going to go. I know I'm going to watch next episode. But if you're trying to tell, if you want me to be like, oh yes, of course, I know, no, I don't know where this shit's going, but fucking rip. Let me know your thoughts down below. I took a quick peek over at like Reddit just because I'm doing this later in the day, obviously, so I want to see like, you know, and it seems like a lot of people were like, yeah, we didn't really see the death coming, even though we should. So what did you think? Did you see that shit coming? Because I certainly did not. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on my Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Oris Lopez, Chorus, Project 7, Emma K-Pop, Sandra N, 0541 Jim, Mobita, Feather, and we also have the Lyrical G, so I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.